Joining us for this week's Chalk Talk, sponsored by the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan, is Mary Cicerone. She's the head girls basketball coach at Marian High School. Coach, welcome to Hang Time. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk to us.
No problem.
So we need to first ask you about achieving what no female high school coach has done here in the state of Michigan. On January 28th, you won your 700th game as a coach. I know that you've downplayed the significance of that milestone. I think what's more important is that every victory has been at Marian High School. How did you end up landing at Marian in the first place, and why have you never left?
Well, years ago, in 1983, I just graduated from college. And one of the U of D alumni had a daughter at Marian and promoted me or pushed me or convinced me to apply. And I got the job, probably through his influence, Denny Flynn. There was a few other of the alumni at U of D that were involved. And so I just started here and just never left, I guess. It's a good place to work. I've always had good academic kids and kids who, were serious about basketball. So that's pretty much why we were pretty successful all these years.
Coach, you've won 6 state championships in your time with the Mustangs. In fact, you're 6-1 all-time in the state finals. The tournament is very challenging both mentally and physically. How do you prepare your teams for the postseason?
I don't know if I have a secret that nobody else has, but it's not. It's just you go into just one game at a time, like we do throughout the season, and sometimes luck is with you, and sometimes it's not, or it's just the luck of having some tough-minded, good athletes. And I think that's what I had. I had some super athletes and super tough-minded kids, and I've always had somebody that was, or more than even one, some great leaders along the way. And I think that's the credit to those kids.
And you said it, your athletes have really high academic standards. Marian, as the high school, does as well. For some of the young coaches who might be watching or listening, can you talk about what it takes to get your players to believe in themselves and reach the next level of college ball?
Well, I don't think I have any magic, on that either, or any, knowledge on what to spread. I just think it's a combination of getting lucky and having some great kids. And I think my coaching staff has always put a lot of effort into our season. So maybe the kids feed off that. But I think it's more that we have high achieving kids overall in academics, and they're pretty serious about their athletics. And we didn't win every year. So, it takes some certain chemistry and a certain group of kids that just have it going on, and I was lucky enough to have a lot of them.
Coach, we know you've decided that you're going to retire at the end of the season. Do you find yourself enjoying the season a little more, knowing it's your last go-around?
No, I can honestly say, especially in the last 10 years, it's been a lot of fun. I've had great kids, great parents. We didn't win every game, but, the kids make it fun. I think that's what I'm going to miss the most, the silliness before practice, after games, during games, just the goofiness that they have and their energy, and the fun. I think that's what I'm going to miss the most. I won't miss, watching numerous game films and trying to figure out, and I'm not really going to miss this season with all my injuries. I feel bad for my girls who are done for the season, and it, it's putting a little damper. We're trying to figure out how we're going to be successful without them, but some kids got to step up, and now they get their chance, so it's good for them. That's probably the only thing I'm really going to miss is kids keep me young, and that's what's good about it.
And again, for anyone listening, we're talking with Birmingham Marians and BCAM Hall of Famer head coach Mary Cicerone. Coach, can you talk a little bit more about your team specifically this year and some of those girls that make it fun?
Well, they're all, I have 11, 2 of them now that are pretty much done for the season. They're just fun kids. I mean, they're positive, they pay attention, they like to have fun, they're silly, and I'm a pretty good jokester too, so I like to throw out a lot of jokes out there, give them all nicknames and stuff. But I don't know if it's any different than any other year. If I look back and serious think about the last years, there's always characters on the team, and there's always those that just make you laugh, and that's what makes it fun.
And Coach, at the time of this recording, you're probably preparing for Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard tonight, a team you beat in overtime last time that you played. The Mustangs are 8-4 and 4-4 in the league. The Catholic League playoffs are just around the corner. I know you talked about some of those injuries, but how do you feel the team is coming together as of right now with some of them players stepping up?
They're coming around. We lost 2 players in that last Father Gabriel Richard game. But then I got 1 back, so now I'm only down 2. But it was a good game. They shoot the ball very well. They're very disciplined. They run their sets, I want to say, to perfection. So when they got 5 quality shooters out there, so you can't gap too far off any of them. It's going to be a challenge. They always play really well in their own gym. It's a long trip for us. There's a lot of factors. I just hope my kids can put the ball. We need to start shooting the ball better. That's, teams are collapsing and, caving in their zones on us. And we need some people to step up and hit some jumpers to break them out of that. And that's what I'm kind of hoping happens tonight.
BCAM has introduced and officially launched the One Team campaign in an effort to promote unity among teams, schools, and communities. So what are some of the things that you try to do as a coach to promote unity on the court and respect for each other and the teams that you play?
Well, respect for each other. I mean, I don't really have to get after them that much because they all usually like each other so much. Sometimes I have to get after them to challenge each other more, to push each other more. But I think it's pretty easy in my situation, respecting each other, respecting the coach. It's just like it would be in the classroom. It's pretty much, that's what it is, an extension of the classroom. And I don't know if I really concentrate too much on it because it's not been a big issue. I guess if it was, I'd get very upset with rudeness, and so not having a problem with that right now.
Good, Coach. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good problem to not have.
That is correct.
Really quick before we get off too, Coach, I have this segment on our show each week on the Hang Time Women's Basketball Show called My Little Hot Topic. So a couple times each week I have a different one, and I wanted to ask your opinion on a couple of them. One of them that I talked about was introducing the shot clock in high school basketball. How do you feel that would affect the game?
I think it would make it interesting and something new for us that have been around for a long time. It's part of the college games, pro games. So I think it's been inching towards that in the last few years. I think it would be interesting to work with a stop clock and then see what, most teams don't take forever unless it's the end of the game and they run a delay. So that would be, you just have to change your end of the game strategy.
Absolutely. That's the one thing that's tough for me is keep away basketball. I like to see a comeback happen. But another one I have for you, I talked about old school versus new school coaching styles. I know you've been in the game for a minute, and have you felt any type of change in the coaching styles? Is there more of a lean toward having to be more cooperative and less, on your players?
I think that, the whole, of course, I'm old school, but I have softened. My assistants have played for me, so they just tell me how much softer I am nowadays. I think everybody's philosophy might change a little bit as years in, more skill, less conditioning, depending on your group. It all really depends on the group you have, how serious they are about basketball. If, a couple years ago, I had 5 kids who all wanted to go to college. And so our mentality was just go, go, go. This year, I have maybe one sophomore who's now injured, who's interested in playing college basketball. So, the attitude is different. So my approach to it is different. I think it all depends on, what type of group you have.
Coach, we want to thank you again for all that you do for basketball and wish you good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.